Alright fam, so the name is Xander or R, and welcome to the 12 days of Vlogmas. I was going to do the end of the year book tag first, but then I was like, I want to do this idea first because it's a cool idea and I like it and I want to do it. So without further ado, I present to you, if you like this mug, read this book. I have a lot of mugs. I didn't even get all of them out for this thing, but yeah, so I have some mugs, and I'm going to recommend you books based on if you like the mug. So without further ado, let's just get started. First we have this dog mug that I got with like a hot chocolate. It was like in one of those gift packs, and it came with like hot chocolate and shit. I got it like years ago when like the dog was still a thing. I don't think it's a thing anymore. But anyway, if you like this mug, I would highly recommend Elotsoe because it has a ghost dog in it, and the ghost dog is incredible. So rather than recommending one of my dog books that are kind of boring, I was like, no, I just finished Elotsoe. It has a ghost dog in it. It is perfect for this dog mug. So if you like this dog mug, try Elotsoe by Darcy Littlebadger. That is the author. Next is a funny one because it's actually a Cruel Prince mug that I got in a book subscription box. It says, instead of being afraid, I could become something to fear. If I cannot be better than them, I will become so much worse. The Cruel Prince. Now, you know, the easy thing would just be like, oh yeah, go read The Cruel Prince. I haven't read The Cruel Prince. I have no intentions of reading The Cruel Prince. So, what for this mug, if you like this mug, we're going with more of like the quote vibe. And if you like this mug, I recommend that you read The Fever King by Victoria Lee. Now, if you like this mug because of the quote, I think you will enjoy The Fever King. I'm sorry, I gesture with my hands and now I have two things in my hands. Anyway, if you like this mug, I really think you'll like The Fever King because the character in The Fever King is like, kind of, in a sense, doing what this mug is saying. Like, instead of being afraid, he could become something to fear. Like, that's like, he's kind of trying to do that. And I mean, I guess if I cannot be better than them, I will become so much worse is kind of applicable to like the main antagonist. I know it's supposed to be like the same person saying this, but like, I don't feel like the main character is like trying to become something like so much worse than the people that he's like with, but he is trying to become something to fear, I believe. So anyway, I don't know. That quote gave me Fever King vibes, so go read The Fever King. This is your reminder that I love The Fever King and I think everybody should read it. Next is a new mug that I got like 2 days ago. And it's this mug that says not a phase. So it says, it has the phases of the moon with the trans flag in it. And then it says, not a phase. So you may be wondering which trans book I'm going with for this mug. And how could I not go with Cemetery Boys? So obviously, and I feel like the not a phase really fits Cemetery Boys too, because Yads is like, he's just trying his best to prove that he's a trans guy and everybody's kind of ignoring him. So he, like, I feel like he would have this mug. Like, I definitely see Yads getting this mug. Like maybe like Julian buys it for him as like a Christmas present. Like, I don't know. I get very Yadriel energy from this mug, and I highly recommend Cemetery Boys if you haven't read it already, because it's amazing. Next we have this cute little fox. This fox has a cup of tea and it's really cute. I'm going with 2 different books for this mug because I had to recommend The Foxhole Court because it has a fox on it, and I mean, I had to. So even though The Foxhole Court does not give you this vibe, The Foxhole Court does have a paw print on the cover and is about a team called the Foxes, and is mainly the reason why I bought a mug with the fox on it. So read The Foxhole Court, I guess, if you want. But for the actual vibe and the tea thing, I'm actually going with The Summer of Everything by Julian Winters, which I haven't finished it yet. I have that much left. But the main character, Wes, really loves tea, and I feel like I get this vibe from The Summer of Everything. This is really the true recommendation. If you like this mug, read this book, because this has the vibe of this book. But I could not recommend The Foxhole Court, because this has a fox on it. Next is my Asexuality mug, and I also have 2 books for this. So, the first book is playing on the tea theme, and it's another character that really likes tea, and it's Darius the Great Is Not Okay. So, if you like tea, you should read Darius the Great Is Not Okay, because he loves tea as well. But for the asexual part, which is the main part of the mug, I would argue, like, the tea is great, and it's a pun, and I use this mug for coffee mainly, so I think it's hilarious. But for the asexual part, I'm going with Loveless. So Loveless is basically your, like, coming of age story for an aro ace person. So I just figured, if you like the asexual part, you should read Loveless, because it's a coming of age story and it has an aro ace character coming to terms with being aro ace. So yeah, if you like this mug, read this book. The next mug was the hardest to pick a book out for, but it's actually like my favorite mug. And it's my Magnus Archives mug. It says Statement Begins, and it has a little like bloody cassette tape, and it says Statement Ends. So like, I love this mug with my whole heart, but like, I couldn't for the life of me think of a book that would match it, because I don't read horror books. And like, the book I picked isn't a horror book at all, but I went with The Gilded Wolves. They have a similar color scheme, so that's cool. I didn't realize it when I picked this out. But yeah, so I mean, if you like this mug, read The Gilded Wolves, because I don't know. I was like, okay, I need a book that's not a horror book, but that gives me Magnus Archives vibes. And I went with The Gilded Wolves mainly because, like, I got the feeling of, so like, okay, so if you haven't listened to the Magnus Archives, you're not gonna understand this unless I explain it, so I better explain it. The Magnus Archives has, like, this group of people who work in an archive, like, and there's this one main character who reads out, like, stories of supernatural occurrences and, like, horror stuff. But there's other people that work in the archives, and they're, like, kind of like a little group of, like, friends, and they, like, there's a through plot, so it's not just an anthology of horror stories, there's a through plot, and, like, so they're, like, friends and shit. So, like, I went with The Gilded Wolves because they're friends and shit. And I got, like, I don't know, this isn't horror. This is not horror in any way, shape, or form. But, like, I feel like the stuff that they do in The Gilded Wolves could wind up on Magnus Archives Light. If that makes sense. So, I know this is, like, the worst recommendation, and it's my favorite mug, but, like, I couldn't think of anything. I really don't read any horror books, so it was really hard. So I hope you, like, this made sense. I hope this made sense. And then finally we have, like, I guess it's probably my second favorite mug, honestly. Although the Not a Phase mug, I really enjoy. But it's my non-Binosaur mug. This is actually the first mug like that I bought like that was a queer mug. It's older than I believe all of these except for the dog mug. So this I like attribute to like my mug obsession now. And if you like this mug, I suggest that you read I Wish You All the Best. So I Wish You All the Best has a non-binary main character, hence the non-binary pun on this mug. But I also feel like the non-binary main character would like dinosaurs. It's not in the book, but like I get a vibe from Ben, the main character, and I feel like they would like dinosaurs. I feel like they definitely were a dinosaur kid. And I don't know, I just feel like they would like dinosaurs. So not only is there the non-binary part, but I feel like the vibe is there for the dinosaur part as well. And that's all of the mugs that I decided to go with. I have a lot of other generic mugs. I have a Star Wars mug that I guess I could have picked a sci-fi book for, but it has Kylo Ren on it. I didn't buy it, my aunt bought it for me. And I can't think of any books that would fit that, so I was like, nah, these mugs are all of the mugs that I'm going to go with. Plus I didn't want the video to be like super long, because I do have to edit this and 11 other videos. So anyway, this was an original idea that I came up with, like, just because I like mugs. Like, so I would really appreciate it if you commented and were like, hey, I like this idea. If you get more mugs, you should do it again. Or, hey, this is a really shitty idea and here's why. Either work. I mean, I would prefer the former, but either work. As long as you're giving me constructive criticism, I'll take it. But don't just be like, hey, this sucks. Because that gives me nothing to work with. Don't dislike the video and then not tell me why you dislike the video. Like, that doesn't make any sense. It gives me nothing to work with. I can't improve. So, anyway, that is my video for today and your introduction to Vlogmas. I have a lot of cool videos planned. And I can't wait to make them. I haven't made them as of filming this. This is the first one I'm filming. And yeah, so anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video and I will see you in the next one.